Hello, welcome to my channel. In case this is your first time here, my name is Michelle, and I'm a 30 something woman who has always wanted to start a channel, a YouTube channel, and here I am. After getting inspired recently, I decided to, hey, just dive in. So, on this channel, I'm going to be discussing just kind of life in general, my travels, my latest loves, parenting as a single parent. Family life, traveling, work as a psychiatric nurse practitioner, just kind of the things that I'm learning every day. And hopefully that's going to inspire somebody to maybe some action, just some different way of thinking. The goal is to build a community of like minded people so that we can share ideas. Um, um, over today, let's see, what are we going to talk about today? Let's talk about parenthood. Um, I'm at an age where so many of the people in my life already have kids, and I have so many also who don't want kids but want them, and others who've not never wanted kids. It's not even on the radar. And then there's a good number also who have always wanted kids and they don't have any for whatever reason. Some have had miscarriages, some people don't have the right partner, some people have health problems, um, um, and some people have financial strains. So just a kind of a variety of reasons, and it's such a complicated subject at times, especially because of the society we live in and the pressure that some of us get from a variety of people. I have one. I have one child. He's 6 right now, and I he wasn't planned. He wasn't planned at all. But then when I was pregnant, I I had the means, the resources to take care of a kid, and I always wanted four actually. Maybe I'll still have some. I still hope to be able to have some more kids, but probably not three more. Maybe like one or two if I'm lucky and able. But I always wanted kids, but I had always said it would be with the right partner. And then I found myself pregnant, and I was like, oh, I want a kid anyway, so let me just keep them. So I've been raising him on my own, and something that's so interesting is that the I was pregnant and I didn't even know it at the time just yet. And I remember having a conversation with my papa. He lives in Cameroon, and I got so upset with him because he was like, you're getting older, you're going to be in your 30s soon, and you don't have a kid. What do you mean you want to wait for the right partner? Just go ahead and have a kid. The kid belongs to a woman, and you're getting older, and it would be great to have someone to love and to love you. And I went off on him. I was like, instead of praying for me to find a husband and have a beautiful family, you're telling me that I should just go ahead and have a kid, and we just went up and on. And I think I didn't talk to him for a little bit, for a while actually. And the whole time I was pregnant already, and I didn't even know it. So when I found out I was pregnant, of course he was ecstatic about it, and many members of my family were excited. Of my family were ecstatic about it, because I was pushing. I was going to be 30 before too long, and wow, I come from Cameroon in Central Africa, and to be 30 and not have a child is like, whoa, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? What are your priorities in life? You have everything turned around. You should be out there procreating. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you don't have anybody to live it to, then what's the point? It's like, hey, no, you need to go have babies. Go have babies. That's the mentality. And I'm mentioning that because I want to get to the point of saying that even though I have one, and I want more, and I told them that I want more under better ideal circumstances, they will be like, yeah, it's okay, but they'll still turn around and be like, no, you know what? The same story that I was hearing back then. It's like, nah, kids are for a woman. Yes, it might be difficult at first, but then it gets better. We're going to help you, and all of that. It's just like, just find someone and have your kids. And I'm like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. I live in the US, then childcare is crazy expensive. And even before that, the values, I'm already raising one on my own. I'm like, it's not something I would have wished upon myself. I have some loved ones, some young women, they're kind of pushing 30 also, and some of them they don't have the right partner either, so they're kind of wondering if they should have kids. They have some of them have the need so badly to have children, and again, they haven't been blessed by the with the right partner. But whenever I talk to them about it, I'm like, man, it's not easy. I love my child. I love my son. He means the world to me. I don't know. I can't imagine life without him in it, but I don't think that's something I would have wished upon myself. If I had to go back and do it again, I don't know. I don't know. Now, the age that I'm at an age where I'm like, you know what? I want one, and I don't know. Sometimes I kind of go back and forth, so I can really. I haven't made up my mind about that one in regards to me, so I can really talk about it just yet. But for them, I still let them know it's not easy. The late nights, the sick kids, the pregnancy itself, the delivery, the little baby. People will help you as much as they can, but at the end of the day, you're left with this little creature that belongs to you, and you have to turn your head, your life, flip it upside down in order to be able to take care of them. I've been blessed. Um, I've been a career woman for many years now, so I've been able to make enough to take care of the both of us. But not everybody's so lucky to be able to do that. And to, I wouldn't recommend to anybody to have a child if they cannot take care of that child. Families, especially African families, will be like, don't worry about the money. If God gives enough for one person, that means He's giving enough for 20. So don't blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know if that's true. There's still so many bills that need to be paid, and I am from the standpoint that if you have a child, you need to be able to take care of them. You can't be saying, "Oh, I can't feed myself. I don't have a steady place to live," and be like, "Let me bring a child too in this world." To me personally, it doesn't make that much sense. One could argue, and my family, the people in Africa, will argue night and day that you don't really need that much, but it doesn't have to be much, but it needs to be at least enough. And some will say, "Oh, God will provide." Yes, God will provide, but He's also provided us with birth control and abstinence and all of these things and choice and free will. So yes, He provides, but to a certain level, we have to make those decisions ourselves. Um, um, and it's so crazy how the people who, back in Cameroon, even the people who seems like they cannot afford to have kids are the ones that are having so many kids. And every back to school, it seems like it always surprises them. It's like, oh, it's back to school. I don't know, the kids are not going to go to school and blah blah blah. And then they're calling you, and it's like, when you were over there having sex, I wasn't there with you. Why is it that all of a sudden it becomes my responsibility, and you're acting as if this is a critical thing? You knew back to school was coming, so why is this a surprise? But then those are the same people who would turn around and be like, hey, you should have children. I have a cousin that I kind of cut off. I think it's been over a year now because he kept asking me for money, but then at the same time, he kept saying, "Oh, your son needs a sibling." And we had a few conversations, me being like, hey, get out of my ovaries. It's none of your business. And him still being like, oh, I'm your big brother. I can tell you these things. He needs care. He needs a sibling, and you're going to regret it later. And I remember he had been asking me for something, and I was getting ready to send him money. And then when he kept going on, I was like that. Finally, I was like, nah, I'm not giving him the money. I was like, okay, I'm going to start saving this money for the sibling that my son needs, since you're so adamant that my son needs a sibling. Anything else that I was going to be giving you now, I'm going to put that on the side for my son's future siblings, any other kids I might ever have. So I'm like, nope, he's not going to see my money again. Because yeah, because if I have all those responsibilities the way he has, and he's not able to handle his responsibilities, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I have all those kids that I cannot take care of, and then I end up calling on to people for resources. That's just not going to happen. And that's what I tell my loved ones too, my nieces, cousins who are young and they want kids. And They're getting to the point where they're like, man, maybe I should just have one on my own, just find a man and lay with and have a baby. And I'm like, I understand your pain. However, these are lifelong decisions. Once you have a baby, if you're blessed, it's going to be for the rest of your life. And again, people can help you with as much as you want, as they can. At the end of the day, it's your responsibility. You have to take care of them. And also, people will tell you, oh, we're going to be available, we're going to help. But are they really? Are they? Are they? I, my son, we were living in California when he was born, and I moved back to Kansas, which is where my, my family is. And I was thinking, oh, they're going to be helping me take care of him. We're going to have resources. There are times that a month or at least a month will go by without them seeing him, without me seeing us seeing them. And there was a period in time actually where at home everybody was busy, nobody could watch him, even when I needed help, which wasn't very often. Everybody, people have their lives to live, and I can't blame them for it. They didn't send me to have a child, and so I can get upset about it every now and then. But at the end of the day, I cannot blame them. Blame them. He's my responsibility, and things like that happen. I've had some friends mention the same thing too. They'll be like, "Yes, the family said they will help us," and then whenever they ask for help, everybody's busy. So what are you going to do? It's your child. It's your child. I've been lucky that I work from home, and that's something that was very intentional. When I found out I was pregnant, I went back to school, got my master's, and with the plan of being able to work remotely from home. Which, if it wasn't the case, if I was still a bedside nurse, I don't know how I would have done it. I don't know how women do it. So I don't know how parents do it. So many people that I know are doing it, and I knew that was not going to be my story. I did not want to have to drop off my kids somewhere at 5 a.m. to pick him up at 8 a.m. at 8 p.m. I did not want to do that. And I'm so grateful. I thank God for it every day that I don't have to do that. I can drop him off, come home and work real quick. And then if there's something that he needs to stay home with me, I can make it work. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so grateful. Um, um, but yes, and the older I'm getting, I know the my window, and I keep getting told that my window is it's getting shorter, and and then of course people are praying that I will have more kids, and people are begging that I will have more kids, and some are begging for the right partner to have the kids with, but some of them are just like, just have more kids. Kids are going to be yours for, and nobody else's. And it's just like, you guys just stay out of my ovaries. And then I have other friends who they want kids, but they're not in good health, and they've been going through personal journeys. And I have friends who've gone through multiple miscarriages, ended up with IVF at times. Some who carried babies for a few months and then ended up losing the babies, unfortunately. Um, um, People dealing with PCOS. It's crazy the things that we go through as women, um, and that sometimes society just flips it on the corner, um, or blame the women for not being able to have a child. And so many men who are not patient or not very willing or understanding of their partner going through pregnancy and how the bodies are going to be changing. I deal with women who are going through postpartum depression fairly often, and pregnancy it wrecks your body with your hormones during pregnancy, and then with delivery and raising the baby, the breastfeeding, the sleepless night. And then if you have to juggle multiple things, if you live in the US and you barely get 3 months off to be able to get your bearings, and you're worried about bills, and your partner is walking out of the house and everything else that's going on, it's a lot. It's a lot. And some people are blessed enough to be able to and strong enough to be able to do that and do it repeatedly, but it's not everybody's story. Um, and with the high rate of divorce these days, kids being dragged through court proceedings, it's a lot. People with, excuse me, there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to think about. And I really wish, especially in the US, that they will make the maternity leave better, and it would even offer paternity leave also for dads to be able to bond with the kids, and also to make like fertility resources maybe a little bit cheaper and more affordable for some people. But with all the budget cuts that are happening across the states, the US right now, and healthcare being as crazy as expensive as it is, I don't know. I don't know what these people want us to do. Yeah, and then even with birth control being as expensive as it is, and some people just stop believing in it. And then of course there's the people who um, get pregnant as if it's nobody's body, and some of them don't want to keep it. That takes us to kind of the subject of abortion. It's a whole other thing. But at the end of the day, I still think that everybody has to be responsible for their own bodies and make decisions that serve their lives. Um, um, and yeah, just be smart about it. But whatever happens, other people need to stay away from people's ovaries, especially mine, because it's nobody's business. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for being here and listening to me just kind of ramble off. Feel free to comment and share. Let me know if you learn anything or if you like this kind of topics or if there's anything else you would like to talk about. I would like that. See you next time.